Imagine for a moment that what you desire most is already yours. Not something distant, not something you're chasing, but something that has quietly and naturally unfolded in the reality you're now living. Feel it so vividly that there's no room for doubt. To act as if your time has come isn't pretending, it's accepting. It's occupying the state of being where what you've longed for is no longer just a hope. It's a fact. You have to rise inwardly into the consciousness of your fulfilled desire. You must wear it like you would a favorite outfit, effortlessly, confidently, knowing it fits you perfectly because it is yours. It belongs to you because you claimed it first in your imagination. And imagination isn't just idle daydreaming, it's the first cause of all creation. To imagine yourself as you wish to be is to start the movement that draws all the necessary events, people, and circumstances to bring that unseen reality into form. As you persist in the assumption that your time has come, the outer world, even if it resists at first, must eventually mirror the inner certainty you carry. Feel the excitement of your success right now. Feel the relief, the gratitude, the deep knowing that you have arrived. Your world will bend and shift, not because you fought it or forced it, but because you lived from the end and allowed it to rearrange itself around your conviction. The secret is to act not from the absence of your desire, but from its presence. You don't wait for evidence, you are the evidence. You breathe it, you move with it, you sleep with it, resting sweetly in your heart. To act as if is to believe more in the unseen reality within you than in the temporary facts clamoring for your attention outside. It's choosing to live in the promise, not in the problem. When your senses scream that nothing has changed, you gently remind yourself that the senses are slow. They only reflect the changes that have already been made in the deeper, invisible realms of your mind. The feeling of the wish fulfilled is the bridge between where you've been and where you are destined to be. Your inner conversations, your secret thoughts, your nightly meditations all must reflect that your time is now. There's no room for hesitation, no room for fear. You must persist in this assumption until it hardens into fact. You carry yourself differently, think differently, and respond differently, not by forcing behavior, but by embodying the state of the fulfilled dream so completely that there is no gap between your inner world and your outer experience. You don't ask when it will happen, you know it has happened. This is not about putting on a facade, it is about fully stepping into the feeling and identity of the person who has already received their desire. The idea is that you don't wait for the external world to change before you feel the way you want to feel. You begin to feel it now, knowing that your outer reality must eventually conform to your inner state of being. You have to feel it deeply, saturating your entire being with the emotion of having already realized your goal. Let that feeling fill every cell of your body. It's not enough to think you want something, you must feel that you have it now. This feeling is the energy that propels the outer manifestation. For example, if you're seeking financial abundance, you don't wait for a large sum of money to appear before you feel abundant. You begin to act and think as if you are already wealthy. You cultivate a mindset of abundance, imagining how it feels to be financially free, embracing the comfort and security that comes with it. By embodying those feelings, you align yourself with the state of wealth, and the universe rearranges itself to bring those conditions into your life. The key is to make it so real that you can't separate your current self from the person who has already achieved their goal. This is a deep inner transformation. The more you embody the state of the fulfilled desire, the more that state becomes your reality. This transformation happens not through force, but through alignment. Alignment with the energy of your desire, with the feeling of fulfillment, and with the knowing that you are already that person. Your world will begin to shift. It may not happen overnight, but the more consistently you live from that place of inner fulfillment, the more the world must reflect it back to you. Ultimately, to embody the state of the fulfilled desire is to claim the life you want as already yours. You stop chasing your desires and instead become the very embodiment of them. Through this alignment, everything you desire will flow to you naturally, because the universe can only give you what you have already accepted as your truth. Have you ever wished for something so intensely, hoping it would one day appear in your life? What if I told you that hope and desire are not the most powerful tools for creation? What if the secret is to stop waiting for your dreams to come true and start living as if they already have? This is the principle of living from the end. It's a conscious choice to embody the reality you wish to manifest, right here, right now. You don't wait for the world to change. You change your inner state first, understanding that the fulfillment of your desires already exists within you. When you live from the end, you're not just imagining a better future. You are becoming the person who has already achieved it. Let's break this down. To live from the end means adopting the mindset and emotional state of someone who already has what they want. If you're seeking financial abundance, you don't wait for the money to appear before you start feeling abundant. You assume the feeling of abundance now. This powerful assumption creates an alignment, a magnetic resonance with the reality you wish to experience. And it's through this alignment that your desires begin to unfold in the physical world. The secret isn't in waiting for something external to happen. It's in recognizing that everything you seek is already available to you, but only when you align your consciousness with the fulfillment of that desire. When you live from the end, you live in the assumption that your wish is already fulfilled. This single shift changes everything. Instead of focusing on the absence of what you want, you focus on its presence. It is so easy to fall into the trap of thinking our goals are far off in the future, waiting for the perfect conditions. But living from the end challenges this completely. It asks you to see that everything you desire already exists as a possibility within your own consciousness. And when you begin to feel as though it is already yours, it has no choice but to eventually materialize in your outer world. The key is the emotional and mental state you consistently create and maintain. For example, if you're manifesting a loving relationship, you must first embody the feeling of being loved, cherished, and secure. You can't wait for a partner to appear to feel this way. You must generate the love, the security, and the joy within your own being right now, in anticipation of what is to come. This emotional alignment is the catalyst for your manifestation. It also involves a deep sense of trust. You have to trust that once you align yourself, the world will rearrange itself in ways that bring your desire into physical form. We're taught to wait for external events to feel fulfilled. But the truth is, you can feel fulfilled right now, and then simply watch as your outer world catches up to reflect that inner state. Now, this doesn't mean denying your present circumstances or ignoring challenges. It is about consciously shifting your focus away from what you think is missing and toward what is already complete within you. If you constantly focus on lack, you just feed that state, and the universe reflects it back to you. But when you focus on the assumption that your desire is fulfilled, you resonate with that state, and your life begins to mirror it. This requires patience and persistence. It's not always an instant fix. The more consistently you live from the end, the more you train your mind and emotions. Eventually, you won't even feel like you're waiting anymore, because you'll already be living in the state of having it. It's a state of gratitude, trust, and certainty. This shift in perception is transformative. When you see yourself as the person who has already achieved their goal, your actions and behaviors naturally begin to reflect that image. You make decisions and speak from a place of confidence and self-assurance. This shift is crucial because it sends a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready. As you act as if your desire is fulfilled, you attract the circumstances, people, and opportunities that align with that assumption. And with this, you also practice surrender. You let go of the need to control the how and when. When you live from the end, you trust that the universe knows the best and most effortless way to bring your desires to you. You release the need for specifics and allow yourself to be guided by inspiration. Ultimately, living from the end is an act of faith. It's the unwavering trust that the desires of your heart will manifest. Faith is the bridge between the visible and the invisible. It's what allows you to walk with certainty, taking bold, confident steps even when there's no external evidence to support your vision. When you place your faith in your desires, you move from a state of doubt to a state of absolute conviction. The outer world might not change overnight, but faith allows you to keep moving forward, trusting that the physical manifestation is inevitable. It sustains you through the waiting period and keeps your inner reality aligned with your dream. This kind of faith isn't blind belief. It's rooted in the knowledge that your mind is the creator of your reality. Your life is a reflection of your dominant thoughts and assumptions. So, when you have faith in this process, you trust that by aligning your thoughts and emotions with your desires, you are setting the wheels of creation in motion. True faith is tested in moments of uncertainty. In those moments, faith is the anchor that keeps you from drifting into doubt. It's the strength that allows you to continue living from the end, even when the world seems to be telling you a different story. Faith also recognizes that the universe is always working in your favor. Even challenges are part of the journey. Faith allows you to see beyond the surface and find the opportunities for growth hidden within those experiences. It's knowing that your desires are not just possible, but inevitable. As you practice this, faith becomes a natural part of who you are. It's reinforced every time you take action, despite the lack of immediate evidence. And with faith comes surrender. It's about trusting the flow of life and releasing the need to micromanage the process. It's the antidote to fear. When you choose to believe in the fulfillment of your desires, you transcend fear and step into your full power. Remember, faith isn't about forcing something to happen. It's about trust, surrender, and the deep knowing that what you seek is already on its way. In the process of manifestation, faith is both the beginning and the end. It starts with the faith that your desire is already real, and it ends with the faith that the outer world will perfectly reflect your inner reality. You no longer have to work to believe, you simply know. This knowing is the deepest form of faith, and it is the key that unlocks the door to your dreams. The life you desire isn't something you chase. It's something you embody and live from within, right now. Imagine for a moment that everything you've ever wanted is already yours. Not in some distant future, but right here, right now. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's a powerful shift in consciousness from a state of lack to a state of absolute abundance. When you live in the assumption that your desires are fulfilled, you're not just playing a mental game. You are embodying the very state of being you wish to achieve. You're telling yourself and the universe that the fulfillment of your desires isn't far off. It's already woven into your present experience. The more you assume what you want is already yours, the more you naturally start to think, feel, and act in alignment with that truth. This shift in perspective is transformative. It has the power to take your desires from the realm of imagination and bring them into your physical reality. This isn't about simply wishing for something and hoping it comes to you. It's about recognizing that everything you seek already exists as a possibility within you. Your mind is the creative force behind your reality, and it can bring these possibilities to life, but only when you align with the assumption that your desires are already realized. This assumption becomes a powerful force because it changes how you interact with the world. Instead of seeing yourself as someone who is lacking or in need, you see yourself as someone who has already achieved their goal. This change in perception allows you to act and respond to life from a place of unshakable certainty and confidence. When you live in this assumption, you also stop chasing. You stop desperately looking for external signs or evidence that your desires are on their way. Instead, you recognize that the truest evidence of their fulfillment is already within you. It's a deep, inner knowing. This inner certainty allows you to relax and trust the process of manifestation. You no longer feel the need to struggle or fight for what you want because, deep down, you know it's already yours. This sense of knowing creates an energy of calm and assurance that acts like a magnet, drawing in the circumstances, people, and opportunities that align perfectly with your fulfilled desires. The real power of assumption lies in its ability to change your emotional state. When you assume your desires are fulfilled, you naturally start to feel the emotions that go with it. If you desire financial abundance, you start to feel abundant, secure, and free, even before your bank account changes. If you desire love and connection, you start to feel loved and supported, knowing that the relationship you seek is already a part of your life. These emotional states aren't dependent on what's happening outside of you. They are the direct result of your inner assumption. When you align your emotions with the fulfillment of your desires, you create a powerful energetic signature that pulls their physical manifestation towards you. This also means you stop focusing on what's missing. Instead of fixating on the lack of money, love, or success, your focus shifts to the feeling of having already received those things. This shift is crucial because what you focus on expands. When you constantly think about what's missing, you just attract more of that same feeling of lack and wanting. But when you focus on the fulfillment of your desires, you begin to attract more abundance, more love, and more success into your life. This shift in focus is a direct result of living in the assumption. It's a constant reminder to yourself that what you seek is already here. And the more you focus on this truth, the more it becomes your reality. This assumption also changes how you handle challenges. When you live as if your desires are already realized, you approach obstacles from a place of confidence and resilience. You no longer see them as roadblocks preventing you from getting what you want. Instead, you see them as stepping stones, helping you grow and evolve on your path. This mindset allows you to navigate difficulties with grace and ease, knowing that the fulfillment of your desire is inevitable, no matter what external circumstances might suggest. You see challenges not as signs of failure, but as part of the journey to the success that is already yours. Another key aspect is persistence. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't seem to be moving as fast as you'd like. But living in the assumption allows you to stay the course. It's a form of mental and emotional discipline. You have to continue acting as if your desires are fulfilled, even when there's no immediate physical evidence to support that belief. This persistence in maintaining your assumption is what ultimately brings your desires into reality. The more you live in this state, the more you align with it. And eventually, your external world has no choice but to reflect that internal alignment. This process isn't about forcing or controlling the outcome. It's about surrendering to the process and trusting that everything is unfolding for you the perfect way and at the perfect time. When you assume your desires are already fulfilled, you're not concerned with how they will manifest. You're simply confident in the knowing that they are already yours. This trust is crucial because it allows you to release your attachment to a specific outcome or timeline. The more you let go of the need to control the how and the when, the more you allow the universe to work its magic and bring your desires to you in the most beautiful and unexpected ways. Living this way also helps you conquer doubt and fear. Doubt is a natural response when things aren't happening on our preferred schedule. But when you assume your desires are already realized, you create a mental and emotional space where doubt simply cannot survive. You begin to see yourself as someone who is worthy of receiving their desires, and you trust that there are forces working behind the scenes to bring them into your life. Fear also loses its power. Fear is rooted in the belief that something is missing or that you are not enough. But when you assume fulfillment, fear no longer has a place in your consciousness. Ultimately, the assumption of fulfillment is a way of embodying your highest self. When you live as if your desires are already fulfilled, you align with the person you are truly meant to be. You step into your real power and potential, knowing you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. This assumption shifts your entire self-image and transforms how you show up in the world. You begin to see yourself as a powerful creator, capable of manifesting your dreams with ease. This change in self-perception is one of the most potent aspects of this practice. It's the recognition that you are already whole, complete, and worthy of everything you desire. So, living in the assumption that your desires are already fulfilled is a practice that can absolutely transform your life. It shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from waiting to knowing, and from doubt to certainty. By assuming your desires are already a reality, you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with that fulfillment, and your external world will begin to reflect that alignment back to you. This practice requires persistence, faith, and trust. But when you truly live in the assumption of fulfillment, your desires must eventually manifest. The key isn't waiting for the right conditions. It's living as if those conditions have already been met. Embody the feeling that what you want is already yours, and you become a magnet for its manifestation. If this video inspired you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more daily motivation. Your support helps this channel grow and allows these messages to reach more people who need them. Stay focused, stay driven, and I'll see you in the next video.